everyone and welcome back. If you are new here then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. We are back to doing glam makeup today. This is going to be my 2020 updated soft glam makeup. Think like Instagram model vibes, maybe Kardashian vibes. It's just my favourite at the moment. I've got so many different versions of this makeup here on my channel as well. I think I'm just going to put them all into one playlist. But today it's maybe going to be a bit more matte. And I want to do a winged eyeliner as well. The soft glam makeup vibes today. This is what it's going to look like. I'll leave a little image on the screen. I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe as well because you're here already watching this video. So all you've got to do is click that button down there and we'll just get into it. So it is more about the base with this, which is what we're going to spend a little bit more time on. Sorry if I sound like death still. I've got this bug 4.5 weeks now. So I'm looking forward to actually looking a lot better than I look right now. I am first going to just freshen up my skin with the Be Hydrated, I think this is Superdrug's own brand. It's the hyaluronic acid. How many seconds into the tutorial do we have to get before I can't get my words out? It's the hyaluronic acid facial spritz. So yeah, I do apologise if I just keep losing my voice. I don't know where it's going. It's already on its way out. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal. I absolutely love this foundation. I do want the skin to be a bit more matte, but I find using a more hydrating foundation works better for me because then I can bake it with powders better. They just soak into the foundation better for me. So I'm going to use 205 and 204 because I did do a little fake tan last night. So I'm going to mix them two together. Majority of the time I do actually apply this foundation with a brush, but it's really dirty at the moment. So I'm just going to completely do it all with my beauty blender. So I prefer to layer my foundations because I feel like you can build them up a little bit better that way. So I'll do like a sheer layer, then build it up and then build it up again. So half the time I use like 3 layers of foundation. This isn't the most full coverage, but I find that I can build this up quite well on me. And don't ask me why I've put my earrings in now because they're just going to get in the way, but I just feel like they look nice. I forgot to say as well, this makeup tutorial is going to be all drugstore. I can't believe I forgot to say that in the intro. We're going to move on to concealer next. So I'm going to use the full coverage concealer from Barrry. This one is in the shade Oatmeal. It might be a little bit light for me, but I'm going to be using like a yellow colour corrector as well, so it shouldn't be too bad. So for my concealer, I'm going to bring it all the way back just so it lifts up this eye area because we're going to be doing a winged eyeliner, so I want everything to be quite lifted. I enjoyed my latest video, by the way. I gave you a tour of all my vanity and my makeup and we did a little bit of organising. It was a little bit of a different video for me, but I do want to introduce a few more videos like that on here because obviously I'm moving soon. So yeah, stay tuned for plenty more of those. I'll leave it up in the description. Look out for those type of videos. If you want to see sort of like home videos, interior videos, and just things a little bit more on the lifestyle side, then let me know. And I'm just going to kind of blend it all the way back. And this will help kind of exaggerate the winged eyeliner when we come to do it later on. My under eyes are so dry at the moment because I've been so ill. So I am going to get quite a lot of creasing I think today, but I don't mind. And while we are doing concealer, I'm going to use this as my eye base as well. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on. I like to get right into this inner corner because my eyes are quite red and dark, especially in this inner corner at the moment. So we want to try and cancel all that out so we've got like a nice blank canvas to work with. Okay, so next I am going to highlight. So I'm going to use more of a yellowy concealer underneath just to really brighten the eye. And this is the Neutralizer colour from the Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer from Maybelline. I think everybody's used this or has this in their collection. So I'm going to pop it pretty much in the same place as we did with the other concealer. Most of it in like this area though, because that's where I get most dark. And then I'm still taking that same side as we did the foundation and just start to press it in. Try to just keep pouncing it in rather than moving it around, because you will get the most coverage because you're pushing it into just one area rather than trying to buff it around. I'm not going to be doing much to the under eyes today, so I am going to try and blend this as close to the lash line as I can. So moving on to contour now, I'm first going to use this one, which is the Makeup Revolution Concealer in C15. This is going to be for like around my face and my cheeks. And then I'm also going to use the Insta Duo Stick, which I use all the time. This is in medium. I'm going to use this around my eyes and my lips today. So I'm just going to blend it on the back of my hand first. I'm just coming from the top of my ear down, and I blend it up onto my cheeks a bit as well, because this will just act as a little bit of a bronzer. A little bit more cool toned than my Beautiful Bronze, so I don't use as much of this one as I do with my Beautiful Bronze one. Okay, so the next place we are going to contour is our lips and then our eyes. So I'm going to use my contour stick from Rimmel. I'm going to do lips first and then eyes after. I do like to overline mine, and I like them to look really full. So I'm literally like just the outer part of my lips. This is something which I learned from the Tati and Scott Barnes makeup tutorial, which I followed. I'll leave it in this top corner. It's quite funny if you want to go and watch it. I have been enjoying doing this a little bit more. It does just make your lips look that slightly bit fuller. Okay, so moving on to the eyes part, we're going to apply this as if we were doing like our transition shade in our crease. So because I want the eyes to be quite lifted and sort of winged out, I'm going to apply quite close into this inner corner and then out. You can just skip this step and then we'll just do it with eyeshadow later on. So I'm going to kind of come in here in this inner corner and then up here. This gives a really nice shape to your eye, and like I said, you don't have to do this part, you can just do it with eyeshadow. We're going to be putting eyeshadow over it in a second anyway, after we've set everything. And again, blending back. This, we're kind of creating the illusion that our eye socket is higher than it is and our eyes are a little bit more rounder, so we're kind of bringing this above the socket and then just bringing it down into this inner corner, and then we can apply our lighter shade a little bit higher as well, kind of like a cut crease but not a cut crease. If we apply it just above, it'll just make our eyes look a little bit rounder and a little bit bigger. And with this same brush which I did the eye base with, I'm just taking a tiny bit more of that concealer, just tapping the excess on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to press this over just above my crease, just to make this area here a little bit lighter. I'm going to set everything in place first and then do bronzers and everything, and then we can bake after. I am going to just set my under eyes first. I apply sort of just enough to kind of take the shine off it, because when I bake later on, obviously we'll apply a little bit more, but just enough to kind of keep it all in place. Okay, and then I'm just going to take just a fluffy brush with a bit of the powder on. Just tap that all over just to take the shine off, because when we put powders over the top, that's going to set it anyway, so when I do my bronzer it will just set it a little bit more. Okay, so for my bronzer I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution bronzer. This is in the shade 2 Warm, and I always brush it on the back of my hand first because I just find this sometimes a little bit hard to blend. So as long as I take like the excess off, it actually works quite well for me. And I'm just really lightly dusting it on. You can also pat it on as well if you wanted to. You just have to be careful not to disturb any of the product underneath. I'm just going to use this peachy one. It's from Ruby Cosmetics and it's just quite matte, so I don't really wear a lot of blush anyway. I just like just a little bit, just on the apples. And then for brow gel, I've been using the Primark one. This is in dark brown. So I'll just brush them all up. I haven't tried the soap brows yet and I've got the soap for it, so I'm gonna have a go with that this week. I'm pretty sure I've used this countless times, especially doing soft glam makeup on my YouTube channel. This is the Nip and Fab, the dark contour palette, and everybody needs this in their life. It is perfect for the eyes, and then you can also use it as your bronzers as well. It's absolutely amazing. Just going to mix those two shadows together, and I'm literally doing is just going over that contour, and I am kind of bringing it down onto the outer lid as well, so you're kind of keeping that really soft like cut crease, which isn't a cut crease. You want all this area to be nice and bright so your eyes look really open, as if you are kind of in like an exaggerated V shape. And then I'm going to use a flat brush and then that lighty shade there, and then with this I'm going to apply it all into this inner corner and then up past my crease again, so it's just brightening this inner section. So moving on to liner now, I'm not going to go straight in with a liquid liner because I want it to kind of be soft at the same time. So I'm going to first do a pencil liner and smudge it out a little bit, and then I'm going to do my wing after, I think. So I'm first taking just a black eyeliner, and I'm first going to line my under waterline because this helps my lashes look a little bit thicker. I want it thicker to the outer corner and thinner on the inner corner, so I'll apply more to this outer part. And you don't have to be neat with it at all because we're going to be blending it out. So just taking a smudger brush, and I'm just going to work this into the roots of my lashes. And then if you want it even more softer, go in with one of your shadows. So I'll use the darker one out of this palette. Get a little bit of that on your smudger brush and then just work that into it as well. And I'm coming sort of down on an angle. You want to first, if you do struggle with your winged eyeliner, do it with your pencil first and then go over it with a liquid. So you can use like an angled brush like this and just go in with a black shadow or your pencil like I'm doing. Do your wing with this first. Before I go in with my liquid liner, I just want to bake the face first. So I'm just going to take a little bit of powder and bake underneath my eyes. I just don't bring the baking powder too far up into my inner corner because that's where I am most dry. And then I'm also going to bring it up towards that line as well. So it kind of just sharpens everything up. It's just a liquid eyeliner pen. I do prefer gel liners, but mine's completely run out, so this is what we're working with today. So I've just kind of brought it down just so it does meet the actual root of the lashes. I've just put my lashes on. I'm not 100% sure on what lashes these are, but they're really nice and like winged out in the outer corner. When I've put them on the outer corner, I haven't put them like right close to my lashes. I've put a little gap in between them so it just gives more of like an elongated effect. So eyes are pretty much done. I'm only going to do one more thing. Actually, two more things. That was a lie. I'm just going to put this in my waterline, literally just on the very outer corner, just so it kind of gives like that more of a cat eye effect. And then I am also just quickly going to put some bottom mascara on. Last thing for the face now before we do lips, I'm just going to use this palette from NYX. This is the 3 Steps to Sculpt. I'm just going to use that brightening powder there just underneath my eye. I'm just going to pack this on my under eye and then just sweep it back, because I'm not actually going to apply an actual highlighter today for once. You could also, if you wanted to, use it with your sponge and it will make it a lot brighter. See the difference? For lips, I want to do like quite a 90s style lip, so I'm going to use Los Angeles lip pencil and then Cape Town liquid lipstick, both from NYX. This one is just a lot lighter than the pencil, so I'm going to kind of follow that faint contour which we created earlier. Okay, and then I'm going to just fill in the very outer corners. And then I'm going to fill them in with the liquid lipstick. If you want it to be just a bit extra bougie, just take a bit of concealer and just tap that on the very centre. Okay guys, so that completes today's makeup tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below. Please give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!